What if the world's most dangerous dictator didn't just command with threats, but with parties so extravagant, so secret? Even his closest allies fear missing an invite. Picture it as the sun sets over North Korea's tightly guarded borders. Somewhere behind electrified fences and landmine-laced coastlines, a select few gather for nights that would make even Hollywood's elite jealous. While most North Koreans ration food and dream of electricity, Kim Jong Un toasts to power on a private island some call the Ibiza of the East, a place so exclusive. Even the location is erased from public maps. But these aren't just parties. They're stages where deals are cut, alliances are tested, and loyalty is bought or lost all under neon lights in the watchful eyes of North Korea's pleasure squad. Fine wines flow into crystal glasses. Imported delicacies vanish almost as quickly as the secrets traded over each course. And the final fact, number 8, may just make you question everything you thought you knew about luxury, power, and control. I'm your insider on this forbidden journey, piecing together confessions, leaked satellite images, and stories smuggled past censors. Stay until the end because in Kim's world, every party is a chess move, and the next one could decide the fate of a nation. Hidden from the world's eyes, Kim Jong Un's private island is the beating heart of his secret party empire. Locals call it the Ibiza of North Korea, but even that barely hints at the scale of its opulence. Picture a sparkling silver palace rising above manicured gardens, surrounded by a state-of-the-art sports complex and a private airport allowing Kim and his chosen guests to arrive without a trace. Beneath the surface, an underground railway links every corner of the island, making escape or secrecy effortless. His personal yacht, a 400-ton floating palace, docks at the island's exclusive harbor, ready for midnight cruises or impromptu gatherings with foreign VIPs. NBA legend Dennis Rodman once described the scene as heaven on earth and for a select few. It truly is. But this paradise isn't just about pleasure. Here, every toast, every whispered conversation is a move in Kim's larger game of power. Beyond the island, Kim Jong Un's empire is stitched together by a network of at least 17 heavily fortified residences, each a fortress wrapped in military-grade security. Think electronic fences, minefields, biometric checkpoints, and teams of elite bodyguards on constant alert. Every villa is more than just a home. It's a command center built to withstand everything from assassination attempts to nuclear attacks. Inside these hidden mansions, secret parties unfold away from any prying eyes. Attendees aren't just friends or family, they're members of North Korea's inner circle, handpicked for loyalty and usefulness. Invitations double as loyalty tests. One wrong word, one misstep, and you might not get called back. For those in power, a night at Kim's table can mean a sudden rise or a silent fall from grace. But for the supreme leader, these parties are more than celebration. They're the ultimate tool for controlling and reshaping the very core of his regime. Inside Kim Jong Un's most exclusive gatherings, every detail is loaded with meaning. Seating charts aren't just about comfort, they're tactical, signaling who's rising and who's slipping from favor. The rarest wines, flown in from France or Switzerland, are poured for those at the top of the hierarchy. The food itself, think Japanese Wagyu, Russian caviar, or delicacies banned for ordinary citizens, is a status symbol, a silent reward for loyalty. But it's what happens between courses that really matters. Whispered deals, strategic toasts, discreet exchanges of luxury watches, rare cigars, or envelopes thick with foreign currency. In these rooms, the line between celebration and negotiation is blurred. Power can shift with a single handshake or a silent nod across the table. For Kim, every party is a battleground where alliances are forged, enemies are tested, and his grip on the elite is made unbreakable, one toast at a time. Perhaps the most whispered about element of Kim Jong-un's lavish parties is the existence of the Pleasure Squad, a group shrouded in secrecy and controversy. Selected from a young age for their beauty and talents, these women undergo intense training in the arts, foreign languages, and even etiquette, preparing them for a role most North Koreans can't even imagine, right? But their duties go far beyond mere performance. At the most exclusive parties, They provide high-level entertainment and personal service for Kim and his closest circle, often in ways that blur the line between tradition and exploitation. The regime officially denies their existence, but testimony from defectors and rare glimpses by foreign guests hint at a hidden world behind the palace gates. For Kim, the pleasure squad is more than luxury. It's a tool for control, reward, and sometimes leverage. And for the women involved, it's a life lived under constant scrutiny, where every smile is both a performance and a survival tactic. Buried deep beneath Pyongyang, rumors swirl of an underground casino reserved strictly for North Korea's elite and a handful of carefully vetted foreign guests, out of sight and heavily guarded. This space feels less like Vegas and more like a scene from a Cold War thriller. Lavish interiors, low lights, and an air thick with secrets. Here, the stakes go far beyond money. High-end gambling is just the backdrop for private negotiations, backroom deals, and the silent shifting of influence within the regime. Those invited to play know the risks. Fortunes and futures can be won or lost on a single hand. For some, a night in the casino is a reward. For others, it's a test of trust or a last chance to prove loyalty. Kim Jong Un's casino is more than entertainment. It's another weapon in his arsenal, a controlled environment where power, temptation, and fear intermingle beneath layers of luxury and absolute surveillance. Every party in Kim Jong Un's world is a logistical masterpiece, orchestrated with a fleet that would make any billionaire envious. His private jets, each customized for luxury and equipped with top-tier security systems, whisk guests and VIPs between secret locations with barely a trace. For remote or high-risk travel, armored helicopters stand ready, capable of landing on private helipads hidden inside his fortified residences. Then there are the yachts, floating palaces, complete with imported furnishings, state-of-the-art kitchens, and even spas at sea. When it comes to road travel, Kim's garage is a showroom of excess over 100 luxury cars, each modified for both comfort and defense. Rolls-Royces, Mercedes, Lamborghinis, Range Rovers, all armored, all discreetly convoyed. Each vehicle isn't just transportation. It's a statement of power and an insurance policy against danger. And sometimes, a familiar shadow, his sister Kim Yo-jong, joins these journeys. Her presence a reminder that in North Korea, every move is watched, every guest carefully chosen. Few people realize Kim Jong Un spent his formative years in Switzerland, absorbing the world of European luxury and international diplomacy. Those years didn't just teach him new languages, they shaped the way he entertains, negotiates, and even throws a party. Inside his most exclusive gatherings, the influence is unmistakable. French wine flows, Western classical music plays, and European cuisine sits side by side with the best of Korean royal fare. Guest lists sometimes include foreign dignitaries or business figures invited not just to impress, but to signal North Korea's reach beyond its borders. Kim uses these events to show off his global savvy. A night of caviar and piano music isn't just about pleasure. It's a message to both allies and rivals. He understands power, not just as a dictator, but as a citizen of the world. It's this blend of East and West that makes his parties unpredictable, dangerous, and utterly unique. But as champagne flows and million-dollar yachts glide across private harbors, the reality outside Kim's inner circle is impossible to ignore. Just miles from these secret parties, millions of North Koreans face chronic food shortages, blackouts, and the daily grind of survival. The contrast is staggering: gold-plated banquets on one side, ration cards and empty shelves on the other. This isn't just a story about luxury, it's a story about power, how it's wielded, displayed, and protected at all costs. The parties aren't just escapes, they're tools for reinforcing loyalty, keeping potential rivals close, and projecting an image of untouchable strength to the outside world. Yet every glittering event, every secret gathering, also sharpens the question: how long can a regime survive when the gap between ruler and ruled grows so painfully wide? It's a paradox at the heart of North Korea, a kingdom of excess built on a sea of deprivation. So what do these multi-million-dollar parties really reveal? They're more than just celebrations, they're a mask for paranoia, a fortress of isolation, and a warning about the price of unchecked power. Kim Jong Un's luxury isn't just about taste, it's about building a world where only the loyal survive, and everyone else is kept in the dark. But as the lights fade and the music stops, one truth remains: real power is fragile when built on secrets and fear. Is this the ultimate privilege or just another gilded prison? The answer may depend on who's holding the invitation and who's left outside the gates. Which secret shocked you the most, the island, the pleasure squad, or the underground casino? If you had the chance, would you dare step into one of Kim Jong Un's forbidden parties? Or would you rather expose the next untold story? Subscribe for more rare insider truths about the world's most powerful. Because behind every closed door, another secret waits.